I think it's so clear who we need to lead the world in a very different way. And at product managers, I really truly believe are at the forefront. I don't know any other role that is so empowered. Very cool. So we're 13. As you're joining, please drop into the chat, say hello, where you're joining from, and tell me what resonated with you to join this workshop. Why did you come? I've been a team manager for about a year and a couple of months, so still there stepping into this new role to continue growing. Love the focus on confidence and looking inward at yourself. Yes, today it's going to be slightly different focus from things you might have been used to in other workshops. I would love to invite people. I see 19 attendees. I would love some brave souls with us here, like up to, I think it allows 10.
Yes.
We can have all 10 because the way I do workshops, they're very interactive. We co-created together. We have a chat. You connect and take away what you need that way. So I'm gonna ask brave souls, join. I think you have to ask for a request to join. And come.
Yeah, if you want, as I say, if you want to come up on stage, you'll see a button above our videos that says ask to share audio and video. So you'll do that and it'll let you get your settings ready. And then you don't come immediately up. I'll bring you up once you've done all your settings and gotten everything ready. So go ahead and click ask to share audio and video, and then we can bring you up here.
Perfect. So I'm waiting for several people to join. And in the meantime, I created a poll. Can everyone see it? In the meantime, I recently left a male-dominated company. You were discouraged. Ooh, you're in the right place. Kristen, you're all in the right place. Join us on stage. Join us on stage, please. I facilitate everyday workshops on Zoom. And so I'm so used to having the gallery view and there. And I almost never have slides because it's really about the conversation. Oh, thank you. I can see people joining. Oh, so lonely otherwise. I want to be projecting at you guys.
Hello, everyone. I think my camera is not going to be working properly, but I'm going to, so excited to be here. Hi, Nataliya. Hi, Kaylin. Is that right?
Did I say the name correctly? Rabia?
Yeah, Rabia. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hello. Hi, Nataliya.
Hi. If anyone wants to join, come. This is the more the merrier type of workshop, okay? In the meantime, can you see the poll I did? I just want to hear how many of you have taken, how many professional development courses you have taken on this topic. I just want to hear where you are. How many times have you been told on anything around confidence, communication skills, leadership, and influence to take another course, another workshop? And people on stage, we're just having a conversation.
I don't see the poll in the side. I don't know. Maybe that's why you're not seeing anybody respond to it.
Yeah.
Should we next to the chat button on top?
You know what? You can just type into the chat or anything and tell me. Because I don't know. It says I created a poll.
It's in the polls tab. So it's actually one over from chat.
Oh, I see that. It's in the, yes, Kaylin is correct. Right.
Yeah, for me, it's just not showing up there. I don't see anything. It just says nothing there.
That's okay. Just tell me, how many courses have we taken or programs? How many times have you been told to take another course on leadership development, communications, or leadership or influence?
I can go. So I've taken multiple in terms of like an academic setting for my master's program, and then also at Salesforce, multiple different just like leadership courses. They've always, none of them have been centered around like product. And I feel like for me personally, I think I try to lead with empathy and always, look out for others. But one of my biggest struggles in my role right now is to really have the confidence in my abilities to like take on more. And I was hoping that maybe this like leading confidently and just trusting in the experience that I have and building on top of that is something that I struggle with in my day to day.
Excellent. And this is the amazing part of having people speak. I don't have to spill the truth. It's very unlikely that for whatever goal you have set up, you have to take another program or another course or do another training or get more credentials.
Mm-hmm.
Can we agree on that? Can I hear from the chat? Does that sound true?
Yes.
From people on stage, and please feel free to join, we're going to do this to show agreement, okay? Just so this way we're not interrupting each other. That's right. There is no other course you need to take. There's nothing you need to do. And the hard truth is what Rabia said. For us to appear confident and to be confident, not just appear, to feel and be seen confident, is we have to trust ourselves first. Every day, when you influence people in the room or one-on-one, what are you selling?
Yourself?
Yes, you're selling yourself. But what exactly are you selling in yourself?
I guess your abilities to do work, your ideas.
It's trust. Trust that you will get it done. Trust that you did your work. Trust that you've got the right ideas. Trust.
Mm-hmm.
And so it comes back to us. If you don't trust yourself, how are they going to trust you? Right? So today we're going to be looking at a slightly different lens that maybe you're used to when it comes to leadership. And the reason is any sustainable change, I believe, has to come from the way nature intended. What we have to work on is aligning with how we should be versus what we've been told for years and years and years we should do. No, it's just not our natural state that we're aligning to. And the lens we're going to be looking today at is connection. That's all. The central concept of everything we're looking today at is connection. What comes to mind when I say connection? And what do you think that has to do with leading and influencing with confidence?
Communication.
So what about it, Kristen? Tell me.
I don't think you can have connection if you're not communicating. And the more you communicate with somebody, the more, you get used to hearing your voice in front of that person, and you start to gain confidence in having, that relationship being built and being connected with that person the more you communicate with them.
Right. And I want to hear also, what about the opposite? Can you really communicate without having the connection? And by communicate, I don't mean you saying words, but them receiving what you are saying.
It's definitely easier when you're connected to have that two-way communication.
So one is connection with others. That's one. What other connection? And I see Susanna talking about connection seems about emotions. So another type of connection is connections to ourselves. When I say connection to ourselves, what do you think that has to do with the topic?
Understanding who you are and how you work so that you can express that authentically.
Right. So understanding who you are, who you're not, so you don't have to hide it. So it doesn't feel like someone revealed something and you have to speak out. Right? And so that you can communicate your strengths, that you can lean in your strengths. especially when you're stretched. What else? What comes to mind when I say that person is very connected?
Being aware of your work style, leadership style, being aware of what you bring to the table. I guess self-awareness. Yeah, Susanna had a very good word.
Huge self-awareness, right? Something else. So self-awareness. And then another one, someone said, knowing your emotions, work ethic, knowing what you need to support, believing in your own abilities. 100%, you're getting this. You first, foremost, before connecting to others, speaking, communicating, influencing, inspiring, moving anyone, you need to be connected to yourself. The one type of connection to yourself is really knowing yourself. Know who you are, who you're not. Believe in who you are. So for that, take time to reflect and celebrate your accomplishments. But then also, it's being present and connected at all times. When you know what are thoughts running through your head, what are emotions and feelings are doing. Why do you think that is important?
So you can
All of that.
recognize those and work on them.
What does that mean, work on them?
Work on improving. If there is something that you're aware of, okay, this might be like interrupting in my day-to-day tasks, at least being aware of them and then making a conscious effort to improve on those things, I guess, or to like leaning into your
best version, knowing what's happening and leaning into your best version. That's one. Okay, Killian, what did you have?
I was gonna say that the thoughts that are running through your head or the things that you're feeling can like impact the way that you view something or the way that you're communicating. And so awareness of those things helps you see how they might influence the way that you're doing something in a way that maybe doesn't align with the goal that you have. But that awareness, I think, is really important to know how that can impact you and the work that you're doing.
Okay, you hit the nail on the head, right? It's our thoughts and emotions impact our actions. Circumstances in life are neutral. They don't have adjectives. There is a project. There is a stakeholder to influence. It's our thoughts. It's a difficult stakeholder. This is a huge project. That's our thoughts. I'm not sure I can, that's our thoughts. That's not truth. That's our thoughts. They trigger emotions. I know I can trust myself to do difficult things. Oh my God, they will find out that I was never able to ship a product from start to finish. That's all just thoughts that then trigger emotions, and emotions trigger actions. And the actions have impact on the results and on others. So that's part of mindfulness, is the term that is frequently used. It's in the moment awareness of your thoughts, so what's happening inside you, thoughts, feelings, and outside of you, this clarity. What are some ways you can develop mindfulness? What do people know? Meditation is one way. It's a seated training where we sit down to literally watch our senses so we get used to it. So hard. I will teach you a way that's not hard. Therapy is amazing. I'm not, we don't need to go there, but it is truly amazing. Affirmations, meditation, journaling. Great. You're hitting, I really don't need my slides. All right, so let's do one exercise together. When you're sitting, name 5 things you see, just to yourself. 5 things you see around you. Something you don't usually notice. Great. Now, hear 4 things. Something that's coming at you and something very subtle. 4 things. Hear 4 things. Okay. Feel 3 things. Something that again, maybe in your body. Maybe just the sensations between you and your body. Taste whatever is right now, the sensations maybe in your mouth and so on. Now tell me, doing this, how much time did it take? 1 minute, I can tell you. Were you very present? Right? That's just a skill. That's the same mindfulness. You don't need to cross your legs, sit in a Buddha setting. You don't need to look for an app to meditate. You don't need to go on a retreat. Right? So adding some mindfulness exercises, and it's just building the muscle of staying present with whatever is happening. So whatever you needed, especially in times of influence or any heated arguments, it's really feeling how your emotions might be impacting what's happening. If you are noticing emotions like anger, you might be sweating a little bit, what can you do?
Breathe.
Breathe like your life depends on it, because it really does. When we say things we're not meant to say and we regret to, it really ruins our life. Thank you, Christine. 1, 2, 3 breath, and do not talk. That's another thing. Just take a breath, come back to your senses, breathe, get the oxygen to your logical brain, not your emotional. That's what happens when you do it. The other thing is, do this for me right now. Everybody, feel your feet on the ground. Feel your feet on the ground. Feet on the ground. Feel the sensations. Our body is always in the present. Our breath is always in the present. Okay, you with me? So now this is you in the moment. You're developing mindfulness. However, you want to do meditation, do meditation. You don't want to do meditation, don't do meditation. Do mindfulness exercises. Do yoga, do running, do whatever you want to do, but concentrate on it fully so that you build that muscle. Self-awareness. What can you do to increase self-awareness?
Is it cheating to say journaling again?
No, journaling. Journaling should be part. So this is the thing, because we need to connect to ourselves on a regular basis. Journaling needs to be in your routine. I will take a minute right now to pause this and just say, if it's not in your routine, write down where it's going to be. Put it in your calendar. Because self-awareness and building connection to yourself is an ongoing practice. Even if you know your strengths, you know what you need to improve it, every day something happens, you need to keep celebrating those achievements. You need to keep reflecting on what you can do better, both. All right, so what is journaling? There's 2 ways to do journaling. One of them is you have prompts. I would think, for example, my favorite one is just retros. You know retros? What worked well? What didn't work well? What can I do better? On Friday, 5 minutes, same 3 questions, right? Jasmine has another one. Write down random thoughts. So here's another one you can do. Set a timer for 3 minutes on your phone before you open your computer. Let's say Friday. I do Fridays, but you pick your own day. And you take a pencil and a pen and you start writing without editing, without crossing, without correcting, nothing. Stream of consciousness. Exactly. You just trust this pen. This is your first and trust. Okay? And you just keep writing for those 3 minutes. Whatever comes up, even if you start writing, I don't know what I'm writing about. Nataliya was crazy. I don't care. I don't care. You have to start writing. 3 minutes. So I'm going to ask, who has journaling practice already? Just give me in the chat some indication, maybe a hand up. Perfect. Now, who is going to add it to their calendar? Great. Kristen, Rabia, thank you for being here. Okay, that's one thing. In your self-awareness kit, right? Connection to yourself. We've got self-awareness, know your strengths, know your development. We have ongoing reflection. This has to be an ongoing process, and it has to include celebrating wins. Third, developing ability to stay present. And there was a fourth one, and that's what I'm going to look quickly at my slides. And that's the most important one. And someone said, it's the self-trust mindset. It's that believing, not arguing with it. It's not about right or wrong. It's whether it's helpful to you. Believing that you have what it needs to handle it, whatever comes your way. That's it. It's not how you handle it. It's not right or wrong. You have resources. You can lean on your strength to handle it. And so what you have is the belief. You cultivate the belief. Whatever comes my way, I'm able to handle it. Let me share a quick slide just to wrap up this first section of connection to yourself. And this is, by the way, why we need to do this. Does anyone relate to this? That's right. Self-awareness, ritual for reflection, be present, figure out how do you keep noticing what's happening, and how do you stay present to even hear yourself in the moments of distrust and the self-trust mindset. Another reason why we need to have rituals and why we need a reflection is because we need to keep strengthening the muscle of trusting ourselves and reminding ourselves of our superpowers. Because our inner critic muscle is very strong. The mindset is coloring what we see, right? So this is your thoughts. When you trust, when you choose to say, I'm going to trust myself, I trust that I can handle whatever comes. Again, it's not about right or wrong. Is it helpful? Then, whatever circumstances come, when you think this way, you're going to feel empowered and confident. Okay, does that make sense? When you think that you can handle it, you will feel confident, and that would show up in your actions. Great. We're going to move to the next pillar of connection, and it's not yet connecting to others. It's something else. It's connecting beyond yourself. So again, we have connect to yourself, connect beyond yourself, and then connect to others. What do you think connecting beyond yourself means? Your environment. What else? Beyond yourself.
Your community, kind of.
Yeah, community. Kaylin, go ahead.
It's a community, or kind of the world at large, like things that are bigger than like just you and your day-to-day.
Yes, connection to the impact you can make, to the community. What else? Surroundings. If you want to join us on stage, please do. We're going to have more conversations here. When it comes to connecting beyond yourself, that what really allows you to tap into intrinsic motivation. It really what allows you to keep getting up and going. Gives you energy. Allows you to gain and collect yourself back. Choose the belief that you can handle whatever comes the way. Some of the tools for connection beyond yourself are, one, understanding your values. So there's two tools I offer there. And we're not going to do it here. The values is something that It's a pretty deep exercise. If you're ever interested, I have a bunch of templates. You can Google it, but it's understanding your values, seeing how aligned is your life and your work to those values. If it is aligned, you will be feeling driven no matter what. If it's misaligned, that's what causes the burnout. It's not long working hours. Remember that project you were really passionate about? And you worked really hard hours, but somehow you didn't burn out? No, it's the misaligned with your values of how you treat it, what you believe in, that gets us burnt out. And the second part is living your mission, which we're going to do together now. This is what helps you to define your why and gives you that motivation and that natural resilience that you don't even need to think about. And we're going to do this together. Does everyone have access to the workbook? We're going to spend 7 minutes on this, and all of you will walk out with a personal mission statement. Are we ready? All right. There's 3 steps. If you don't have a workbook, again, workbook you can print out, you can do in your notebook, or you can just follow along. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is write down your 3 strengths. Anything you believe is your talent and your strength. If there's 5, write down 5. And I'm going to ask you to write it down and drop it into the chat. Jessica, I appreciate the help here. I did not realize where the workbook is myself. So again, 3 strengths. Drop it into the chat. Where are you at? People on the stage. Susanna, share, please. Rabia, you already got it. Empathy, strategic, achiever. That's right. Round of applause. Detail-oriented, empathetic, ability to figure things out. No matter what, I will add. Communication, strategy, empathy, great. High energy, thoughtfulness, collaboration. People on stage, do you want to share what you've got? Rabia, we read yours, Susanna. Empathy, humor, dedication.
Sorry, I just put it in the chat.
Okay, next time we want to hear from you. Too much of these. Ambition, team player, problem solver, observant, teamwork, goal-oriented. Can I just say, outside of Susanna and Tiffany being twins, can we just notice how unique everyone is? How we all feel like we're product managers, you know, we all have a job description to complete, but it's not. It's you. All right, we got this. Let's move forward. Execution, problem-solving, team player. And I'm sure you're an exceptional connector, curious, empathetic. Wow. Second, list 3 activities. Activities you enjoy, naturally enjoy doing, and are really good at. Something that people maybe shared with you, or something you just know you get into the flow. Or if I was to ask you to sit and do nothing, and once you get so bored, you're just going to get up and start doing that. Okay? 3 activities you enjoy doing. For people on stage, please unmute and share when you're ready. Everyone else, please drop it into the chat or join us here.
I would definitely say organizing different events or things, bringing people together. So connecting would be another one. And then I do enjoy public speaking. So
great. So public speaking, connecting, bringing people together.
So I also put organizing. I think about that either like organizing things physically or like organizing events for people, dinners. Like I'm like the planner in my group of friends. I feel like most PMs are the planner in their group of friends. Bringing people together, that has lots to do with the organizing, but I really love just introducing people, like making those connections for people and bringing them into an experience. And then I've also put writing.
Writing, amazing. I'm seeing Susanna, it's hard to choose 3. Pick 5. That's fine. I'm glad that you're loving so many things.
Yeah, I love the planning and organizing too. So I'm like, oh, I should have put that one down. But
just do.
Okay.
We're competing for strengths. What else, Susanna? What else? You said 3 wasn't enough. Tell me more.
Well, I'm seeing a lot of ones that I agree with pop up. So, you know, cooking. I'm a terrible ping pong player, but I'm a great cook. Yeah, I think problem solving. I think one of the
anything
things
related to your career for this purpose.
So I think problem solving, like figuring out how to get from A to B, is really like, that's one of the things I love about product, is having this amorphous problem and like, how do we actually solve it?
So in ambiguity, figuring A to B, the route from A to B. Amazing. Okay, do we have this or do we need more time? You have 3 activities. Okay, we're gonna keep moving. Now, step C. And here's how I do it. I'm gonna ask you to take your hand, put it on your heart. Everyone, take your hand, put it on your heart. Close your eyes. Take an inhale and exhale. And I'm gonna ask you a question and just see what pops up. Don't open your eyes. If anything was possible, I would create a world where people, and then complete the sentence, are, can, have, feel. If anything is possible. And see what comes up. How are you doing? People on the stage, please share when you're ready. And people on the chat, please share what you have.
It was a no-brainer for me. I think if anything was possible, I would want to create a world where technology and education are accessible to all. And through that, I also mean creating technology that's inclusive of, you know, everyone, and regardless of their abilities to use that technology. So yeah.
Thank you, Rebecca. Beautiful, beautiful. Who else has theirs? Tiffany, where people didn't suffer in any way. Eradicate suffering. That's gorgeous. What else? Educate privileged people, which change the world. Where people are just and honest. What else? Free of hunger. What else?
I can share mine.
Yeah.
If anything is possible, I want to create a world where people have experiences and opportunities to share their talents and their contributions are valued.
Beautiful. Thank you, Killian. Susanna, do you have anything for us?
I mean, just what I put in the chat. So
People are just honest and just. Right. Sorry, I didn't connect the dots.
Okay.
What else? I need more examples. If anything was possible, what world would you create? Mine is where people live their potential. Like for me, it's seeing they're living their potential, that they become the leaders they're meant to become, so that they make the impact they're meant to make. People are able to come together to have a career they're passionate about. Give space to everyone to have the opportunity to show what they can do and believe in them. Whew. We're a world to feel enough and loved, where people feel empowered to make decisions without the influence of society. Beautiful. Let's put this all together. Your last step, put it together. I use my, what are your strengths? By doing what? In order what? Learn to embrace and love our differences. So when you're ready, put it together, drop it into the chat, speak out. I would love a couple more people to join on stage and share what they've got. Right. Does anyone have already a complete ABC put together?
I can go. So we're just combining the three, like our strengths, what we love doing, and then the mission statement that we had, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So I use my strengths as being an achiever, strategic, and empathetic by bringing people together, connecting them, and by talking about it with others in order to create a world where everyone has access to education and technology, regardless of their abilities.
Round of applause. Rabia, how, when you say this, how does it feel?
It feels very powerful. And when I think about it, I think about like I do that in some ways in my day-to-day role as well. Especially when I talk about it, and when I say it by doing those things, I'm doing those things already, and I'm telling people, oh, this is what I want to do, and this is where I want to go. So I think that it does make me feel like that I've already been doing those things, but it's made it very clear for me like what my values are. And honestly, there could be so many things that I could think about, but this is one thing that I keep on going back to. So I think that that's really the North Star for my career when I think about it.
Great. The more you connect to your mission, the more you connect, see it, even if it's the future, doesn't matter, the more motivated you're going to be. Right? And I will tell you, this exercise, you can zoom out your whole life, you can zoom in. Let's say you're really struggling in a project and a team, right? Find what your purpose is at that time. What is my purpose on this project? If anything was possible, how can this project go? How can I contribute? I use the strengths, attention to detail, my ability to wrangle everyone together, right? To make sure we launch, the new set or whatever, or the project goes and involves everyone feels included and contributing and being part of it, right? You can zoom it in, you can zoom it out. I use my problem-solving skills by collaborating with people in order to help them discover a passionate career that's rewarding and fulfilling. Coca, round of applause. I use my empathy, strategy, and communication to bring people in order to create experiences and opportunities for them to share their talents. Kayleen, who doesn't want to work for this leader? Round of applause. Right. I think you get the point. So this is where we went to connection to yourself, connection beyond yourself. And now we're moving to the third bucket, which we identified. Now we can connect to others. Only now we can connect to others. And we talk about trust a lot, right? What is, sorry, that was my slides. Trust to ourselves, and we sell trust to others. This is the currency of our interdependent collaborative world. I'm going to share with you, I want to get through this quick because I have a 5-minute practice that I want all of us to do together. So here, I'm going to share with you 2 coaching questions that I use, and they always hit the spot, that help influence any difficult stakeholder. Let's take a guess. Give me your quick guess. What would be the question?
Just a guess. Understanding their end goal, what it is they want.
Perfect. Great, Rabia. What else? 2 questions.
It's a great guess. I like that one.
What else? How can I help you achieve your vision? I told you can teach this workshop. You're both correct. This is the exact 2 questions. Write them down. That's all you need. What are their goals and motivations? Second, how can I help them get there? That's it. Do you know them? Did you take the time to understand who you're trying to influence? How can you show them how you can help? How can you genuinely help them? That's it. That's all of your influence. What gets in the way of relationships? Oops. Is anyone surprised of this triangle, ego? That's part of your, going back to your self-reflection. That's where we need to reflect. Where are we at with what we're trying to achieve before we called other people difficult? Ego results in relationship. It's always a triangle that you have to balance and see for each project relationship where you at, and be honest with yourself and own your impact. I'm not going to spend much time here. You have this in your worksheet. Is everyone excited to see the word ego here? Don't you wish everyone was in this workshop and they can learn this? I know. And then last one, last tool for connecting to others. What is one thought about others you need to have to go into any conversation with and have the best outcome? Open mind, empathy. What is the thought? Trust yourself, Amy. Yes, that's about yourself. That's about them. Curiosity, Jessica, 100%. Curiosity. What's the thought that helps you get closer? Imagine you go into conversations, board members, they're all very, big and senior, or you're going into a male-dominated meeting.
I don't know how relatable it would be to that scenario, but one thing that I've learned is that assume positive intention going into any meeting or any interaction that you have.
100%. That's what it is. That's what's underlying all of it. That's how we're going back to our human nature. Remember, we're working with how humans work. Every person, every single person is just like you.
Mm-hmm.
They have thoughts, emotions, and feelings. They have goals and ambitions. They struggle in other ways. They play multiple roles in their life. They're a mother, father, daughter, or friend. They're impacted by external events. They're trying to do their best. This is underlying, which allows you to then be curious, which allows you to lower your filters and be present. All right. I need someone in the chat. I want to hear, how much did you gain from this? Tell me, what's the 3 types of connection? Three types of connection. To yourself, beyond yourself, and then to others. Great. What are 3 tools in the connect to others? I'm going to ask maybe some people on the stage here. What did you learn? Susanna, let's go with you.
The 3 tools for connecting to yourself or to
others.
Gosh, I remember the ones to yourself. I think I missed the beginning of the session, but.
All right, so let's do to yourself.
Pardon me?
To yourself.
Well, I remember we talked about journaling, mindfulness, and
self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
And the most important, what is the mindset that we choose to adopt? Again, we're not arguing what's right or wrong. We choose it. Trusting yourself. Self-trust. Beautiful. We have 5 more minutes. We have, is it till 1:50? Perfect. Great. Let's do a practice together. We're going to put all of this together now. Okay. So I'm going to ask, if you've never meditated or done anything like this, you're in the right place. If you're a super meditator and you're really into esoteric, you're also in the right place. Sit down where your back is supported, but you're lifted. Your chest is open. Your hands are relaxing. And you can safely close your eyes. If closing your eyes feels uncomfortable, you can just look a foot in front of you. Have your feet grounded, resting on the floor. Feel the floor underneath your feet. Feel the thighs on your chair, wherever you're sitting. Feel how supported you are. Take big inhale, very slow exhale. Now even slower exhale. Put your hand on your heart with me. And notice how with each inhale, the hand rises and then falls. The chest expands and contracts. Come back to natural breathing. And just notice that expansion and contraction, the natural flow of inhale and exhale, air in or out, nothing you need to do. Now imagine you're breathing through your heart. The air is filling you in and coming in through your heart and then coming out from your heart. Use all your possible visualization and imagination. Breathing through your heart. When your mind goes somewhere else and you're distracted, there's nothing you need to do. You just bring yourself back. So inhale and exhale through your heart. And now feel the warmth of your hand in your heart. Feel the sensations. And bring the feeling of love and compassion into your hand and into your heart. Just feel whatever it would feel to have it, love and compassion. This feeling of love is spilling from your heart and covering your body and every cell of your body. You're feeling loved and compassion towards yourself. Acknowledging that you're doing your best. You can even say to yourself, I'm doing my best. I make the best decisions I can with the information I have. I'm strong, I'm talented, I'm resourceful. I have strength to accomplish what I want. And let the words that are natural to you come into your mind, aimed at yourself. The best word of encouragement, of love and compassion towards yourself. I do my best. Repeat if you need any of these words to yourself again. And just marinating that feeling. And imagine that love and compassion of you is spilling from you, is going everywhere in the world, to everyone you know and you don't know. Because everyone is doing the best they can. They also struggle. They also trying their best. They make the best decision they can with what they have. They also have strengths. They also have goals. And just stay with that feeling of love and compassion for yourself and others. Let your hand go and see if you can still feel it in your heart and in your body. Take full inhale, this full chest. Slow exhale with your mouth like you're blowing from a straw. One more like this, lots of oxygen. And very slow exhale. And when you're ready, open your eyes and come back to the room. You're right on time, 4:50 or like 1:50 for me. How was this practice for everyone? Easy,
This
hard. Go
This
ahead.
is really wonderful and a really, really nice session for today. Thank you so much.
I'm glad to hear, Kelly.
Yep, I really enjoyed doing all the exercises, especially the last one.
Great. Susanna, do you want to share anything with us?
I share an office with my husband, so I think I need a more private place to do that next time. So,
You have the technique right now.
what's
I
that?
hope it is with you.
You now know what you're doing, so.
I know what I'm doing, so I can find a private place to do it next time where no one's typing or watching me.
Amazing. I'm going to stay on. I have 10 minutes. I have nowhere to go for another 10 minutes. So you can either drop your questions into the chat or you can pop on stage. I hate the word stage because it feels so intimidating. Hop into our huddle, into a room, hang out with us. I can take any questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nataliya, and thank you so much, Kaylin. I'm gonna hop off now. I have a meeting in like 8 minutes, but it was wonderful meeting you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for being brave. As you're leaving, another thing, you can also type, what's your main takeaway from today? This is rooted in trusting yourself. I told you, we all know this already. Thank you, Jessica. Stay grounded and trust myself, Angela. Beautiful.
I like the reminder that everyone is doing the best that they can with what they have. That applies to both us and to people that we're working with. I think it's a really nice reminder for compassion, especially self-compassion.
100%, Gary. Which we can all use more self-compassion.
Mm-hmm.
People talk about inner critic. Now, inner critics have a lot of practice, and they try to shut down the inner critics, which often makes kind of that voice even louder. So, like, oh, don't shut me down, and scream. And the opposite of that is self-compassion. So all you need to do is just to develop another voice that becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And your inner critic then just have less space and less space. And it's a more natural way for it to just diminish. Just kind of it shuts down on its own without any force. So I appreciate you emphasizing that. Learning and knowing self is a lifelong journey that requires real-world application. 100%. Yasmina, I didn't realize how important it is to take a moment to be present, to trust yourself. And taking a moment and being present, I was able to see where my thoughts were stemming from and how justified they were. 100%.
Nataliya, I need to drop as well. Thank you so much for this. This is wonderful. Thank you to everyone for attending. If you have a moment, please click review under chat to leave some feedback.
Great. Thank you. I'll stay.
Thank you.
I see a couple more people, and then I'll drop off in 5 minutes as well. Thank you for joining me on stage. And don't forget to do your review. That's right. Kieran, I saw you there. I clicked to join and then it disappeared. Can we try this again? I lost you, Kieran. I'm sorry. Hello. Everyone, if you have a question, either type it into the chat or join me on stage. In a hat, I don't want to say stage.